Welcome to a new Anno 1800 episode. We're back with other perfect stamps and layout. We'll also look at some items, of course, as always. We're in the new world, looking at some of the new productions. Today we're gonna talk about corn, beef, tortillas. And remember that the corn in particular is quite important. This is used in your silos. This is used for the ethanol and many others. So let's dive right in. Starting as always with just the basic production. If you're at the beginning, you don't really know how to do it and you want a bit of tortilla. Here it is. You have one tortilla maker, your fire station, your warehouse, your police station. Then you need two of those corn farms. They're over here, 168 for each. And there's just one small hole over here to make it a perfect rectangle. And two of those cattle farms. They're quite big. They need 6 modules, right? So they take quite a bit of space. But yeah, over here we have that perfect production in a nice rectangle. And with this, you're gonna be producing 2 tortillas. 2 tortillas, 2 corn, 2 beef, right? All good. This is the basic one. But very quickly, 2 tortillas will probably not be enough, right? So let's have a slightly bigger one. Let's double it, right? We're doubling it into this rectangle over here. We have now 2 tortillas maker in each corner, right? That means we have 4 of those cattle farms and 4 of those corn farms. Now, I didn't put the corn farms, all of the fields. This way you can place the layout and then use, the space that you have, right? I didn't want to be too big, but basically you can see, we have those 4 over here. So you can expand on each corner without any problem. You just need one road like this. We have, of course, as always in the middle, the small warehouse, police station and fire station. But then without further ado, let's move into some more interesting things. First, a combined trade union, where we are trying to put, everything into it. We have over here in the middle the trade union with the tortilla makers. But this is not the only thing that is in range. We also have in range over here a lot of the cattle farms. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And then on the outside, this is where you can put your corn farms. In particular, this will enable you, to use all of the small space that were left by your cattle farms. This is the same over here, for example. Right? You can do something like this. And then depending also on the space that you have, you can put all of the modules. I have put for these, the tractors and the fertilizer silos. But if you don't have access to this, if you don't have those resources, it's fine. Of course, you can delete them, right? But yeah, we have this combined trade union. So with this, you can obviously produce quite a lot, 20 without any working conditions or items. But it could be a lot more if you start putting any, of course. We have also all of the warehouses, police station, fire station, all of this already ready for you. Don't hesitate if you have any questions, thoughts or comments on it, of course. And maybe take this opportunity to smash the like button. Now let's move into dedicated trade union. And as I said, corn is quite an important one. So as always, we have first of all, the normal corn production without any tractors or anything. This is the basic one. So we can fit 44 into this one trade union. This is a lot, right? But it's not that great, Of course, yes, you can put some items, but if you're there, you probably want to do even better. You could improve this one with, silos and tractors. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below if you really want this layout. I can add it to my Discord community. But better yet, what we can do is the hacienda one, right? Because the hacienda farms are even better. So with this, you have your trade union in the middle and you have the hacienda farms, right, that are going to produce even more, especially they'll need a lot less fields because even with the tractor, it's only 96. This one, no tractors, it's already 168. With tractors, it's 252, right? So this is huge. With this, you can fit a lot more already. So you could have several of these with the same space, right? We also have the warehouses in the middle, police, fire station, right? All of this is well organized. Don't hesitate to tell me if you have any questions. Of course, in this one, if you don't have more, warehouses on the side, you will definitely need to upgrade this one. And actually, even if you add more warehouses on the side, the reality is that, the warehouse mechanic is not perfect in Anno 1800. It's not made for such production that are so optimized. So what will happen is that these guys are actually going to probably wait here like they're doing over there rather than try to go to to the warehouse that's over here, which will be empty. I've made a video on this a while back. If you want to see it, don't hesitate also to tell me in the comments below or on my Discord community. But yeah, the corn production, that's quite an important one. And I'll tell you in a minute what item you want to put into these ones. Now you have corn, but if you want to make tortillas, you're probably gonna need some cattle too. So this is definitely not the prettiest. You could add, by the way, a rod over there if you wanted. It's not necessary, but if you want to make, a rod all around, we can add it. This is, all of them are inside. They all have the silos, so they will be producing quite a lot. I mean, let's check it out. Remember, those cattle farms are quite big, 6 modules, and the silos, we can still fit 14 over here. And with those 14, we're gonna make 37 without any items or work condition. So you can get quite high quite quickly. I know it's not the prettiest, but yeah, I did my best to basically fit as many as possible. It's not that easy in particular because we really want them to be in the center, obviously, right? So yeah, don't hesitate to tell me if you've been able to do a better one. I'd love to see it. I'd love to add it to my Discord community. But yeah, here it is, 17 cattle farms with silos, and all of them have 6 modules. None of them have 5 or anything like this. And last but not least, let's make some tortillas. It is the tortilla maker. We are talking about 48 tortilla maker in just one trade union. So this is 100 of production, even without items or anything. So, just add electricity, you're already at 200. Add anything else, you're already way too much. You're not gonna need this. But it could be useful, in particular if you have some specific items. So let's look at items. And remember that all of those stamps are available on my Discord community. And while you're at it, why not give me a like? Okay, so first and foremost, the corn farm, the normal corn farm. This is very similar to what I showed you in one of the previous episodes. You should probably use somebody like Miss Brown. She's going to give you a bit of productivity, but also cacao, caoutchouc, and cotton. If you want even more cacao, you also have the pedologist. But what you may want to do instead is try to get to 0 workforce. In particular with something like the Miraculous Steel Plow or the Patent Steel Seed Drill, both of these will increase your productivity and decrease your workforce. Then you have, of course, the classic, Ferras, that's always a good one. On the other hand, for the cattle farm, this is, an animal farm, so it's closer to your pigs, for example. And in this case, it's quite a few different items, as I said, like the livestock farmer. Reduce the workforce need by 60% and productivity plus 30%. That's a great one. In particular, if you can combine it with the printing press, you're at 0 workforce, which means that you can increase the working condition by 50%, have no problem of riot, fire, or even just needing some people. Then you have, the feed yards, like the fabulous one is the best one with plus 70%. But even the second one over here, the rare one is plus 70% too. So these ones are also quite great for this. They don't even increase, the space that it takes or anything like this. This is just pure productivity. Last but not least, the tortilla maker. An interesting one is the king of corn, who actually doesn't like corn. Because instead of using corn, now the tortilla maker is going to use plantain, banana. This will also increase your productivity and make some fried plantain, for free. So basically with this item, you can stop making a lot of the corn and instead make more plantain. So you have to check my episode that we made last week on the plantain if you really want to use this one. More seriously, I really like this one over here of the quinoa, even if I don't really love quinoa, to be honest, because it will decrease the workforce by 40%, but more importantly, it will employ jornaleros instead of obreros. And especially at the beginning, when you're launching into the new world, it may be a bit hard to have a lot of obreros. So with this one, you don't need a lot of obreros. And then to stay with the theme of changing the inputs, we have the mole master. Instead of beef, this is going to use fish oil. So in particular, if you use with this one, you don't actually need to make new productions. You can make tortillas out of the same thing as fried plantains. You can use plantains and fish oil to make the tortillas. So that can be quite good. And on top of this, it increases your productivity by 30%. On the other hand, you may want to go for pure productivity, like Angela as always for the electricity, or you may want to reduce your workforce as much as possible by using the extremely loud bell. Ferras is minus 10% too. and also as always the printing press if you have the Anarchist DLC. So it is, ladies and gents, 7 great stamp and layout for your tortilla, corn and beef production, and all of the items that go with it. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below if you have any questions, thoughts or requests, and otherwise I really hope to see you next time.